Sequence fam, we are on our last dumbbell routine. So the first exercise that we're going to do in this routine is going to be a single arm overhead press. So what we're going to do is you're just going to hold one weight and we're going to press straight over our head, okay? Pressing straight over our head. Let me show you that from the side. Pressing straight over our head, just like that, down, and I want you to bring your elbow back right down to this position. I'd like for you to try to avoid pressing up like this. This version is going to be a lot more shoulder friendly. So that's our first exercise that we're going to do in this plan, and that is going to be paired with a half lunge. So you don't actually need weight for this. All we're going to do is if you have access to something to hold on to for balance, that's great. What we're going to do is we're going to step back, take a nice big step back. If you want to put your hand on something that might be helpful, we're just going to go down just a little bit. I want you to focus on not letting your knee travel forward like this. It's almost like we're just dropping straight down. That protects the knee. So we're just dropping straight down like that. It's okay if you lean forward a little bit. We're not going down all the way, just to this halfway part. So those are our two exercises. Make sure you do both legs for your lunge, both arms for your overhead press. You can pause this video and then you can come back when you're ready for the next round of exercises. And the first thing that we are going to do is a good morning exercise, all right? And we're actually gonna have this one be done right by itself, all right? So for the good morning exercise, I actually want you to hold the plate or the dumbbell, whichever you have access to, right here on your chest, and we're going to be pushing our hips back just like this, okay? Pushing our hips back just like that. Keeping our back nice and straight. Very similar to the Romanian deadlift, just want you to hold the weight up here like this. Okay, so that one is just by itself, so you can rest 60 seconds before you move on to the next one. And then we are going to be doing what's called a lunge position row, and then we're gonna do a curl to an overhead press. So for the curl to overhead press, you're probably gonna use a little bit lighter weight than you did for your initial overhead press. So for the lunge position row, what I want you to do is step back and just bend a little bit, and then I want you to row from there. You can keep your hand on your leg for support. So we're going to row just like this, okay? Keeping a little bit of tension on our legs. As soon as you get done with the prescribed number of reps, step back, lean forward, keep your hand on your leg, and row just like that. If you feel like you can lean forward while still keeping your back straight, by all means go for that. The curl to overhead press, for that, what we're gonna do is we're going to have weights in both of our hands. If you only have one weight, you can always do one at a time, where it's just a curl and then up to an overhead press, just like that. Curl to overhead press. Those are our two exercises that we're pairing together. You can pause the video and then come back to me when you're ready for your next round of things. So for our next round of exercises, it's going to be a little bit of chest, and then it's going to be some core as well. So you're going to do scissor kicks first. So for the scissor kick, what we're going to do is we're going to lie down. We're going to start with our legs up like this. We're going to lower one leg at a time. Come right back. So when you do this, make sure you're keeping your low back on the ground the whole time. And the next exercise we're going to do is going to be a lying down fly. So you're going to need a weight in each hand. Hands are up like this. And we're going to go out and then back in, just like that. So what this is going to look like with the weights, we started up, going out, make sure you're under control for this whole thing. My forearms, or I'm sorry, not my forearms, my arms are going to touch the floor. I'm not down like this though. There's a little bit of a bend, and I'm coming up just like I'm giving someone a hug. Okay? So we're going up and together, squeeze your chest at the top. Now, I would encourage you to start this one out lighter. As soon as you get done with the prescribed number of reps, go ahead, pause the video, and make sure you do your second or third set, and you are done with routine 4.